a good guy and a good race driver, too. But it hasn't worked his way. Right now, it's working his way up to third spot in closing. I mean, he's closing.
Oh, my freaking word.
Bobby pretty quickly.
How long have I been on here?
That needs a call into ninth.
I'm losing my grip. But thank you. Oh, my freaking God.
Yeah, you're right, Ken. Great story on
I had such a fit getting the camera hooked up, no joke.
He has hooked up with several Major League Baseball players.
You know, we had no power. We, like, blew. Okay, what I was saying. In the beginning of this video, which doesn't matter since I didn't have audio. Holy shit. Anyway. I can delete, what, an hour and 45 minutes? What the crap? Or I could do it again and just forget this race. Just totally delete this one. Okay, wait a minute. Where did I start and where did I finish? 15-hour ride, an 8-hour ride turned to 15 hours. We ended up having to tip the guy extra money, buy extra things to make the lights work. Like, there was just so much extra expense, it wasn't crazy. Then we get here and we plug in. And before we do, I said test everything, make sure it's right. And my son tested everything, made sure it right, says 30 amp on the system. Tested out okay. Come to find out, his tester had a blown fuse. When we hooked up, it was actually a live 220. Someone had converted the 30 amp RV service to 220. We had to get an electrician here and straighten that out yesterday. What it did was blow up our refrigerator, our microwave, and our power converter from 110 to 12 volt. So we had no 12 volt to light igniters for showers, no 12 volt for AC. Assist the AC, so I don't know, anything. It didn't, nothing worked right without the 12 volt assist. So anyway, now we got everything power-wise working. My computer was up and live just on a 110 last night. Was it last night? I was able to watch Landon's race live from Tri-County. They had it on Huffman Racing Radio, which was really fun, and I got to say hi to RJ. My cat's running around like a fool. My cat and dog want to go out, and I'm not letting them out until the sun comes up. Just because there's horses, there's animals. So if you hear this, yeah, it was so expensive, and I never, like, I had took out a loan to make us not get behind, and because we were already on the brink. So anyway, we're not no further ahead, but we're not on the brink anymore. And it's gonna take another month to probably get back to normal. That's my cat. I don't know if you heard that. She body slammed her food dish. I gave her milk. She drank it. And now she's wanting to go out. That's her I gotta go out thing. So anyway, I look exhausted. That's why I haven't been on the camera. And it didn't work for like the first hour. This is so funny. I can't believe I was too brain dead to even check my volumes on OBS. I just assumed they would. Because I didn't do anything to him. My cat's running around here like a lightning bolt. It's funny. But both my cat and my... Yes, I know. Now she said, you're a good girl, Stelly. She's licking my feet. She wants to go out too. It's not quite... it's like you can see the outlines of the trees and houses now, so I guess they can see. Oh, thank you. I didn't even realize. Like, I had it in a bun all morning, and then I pulled it out because it was falling down. I'll tell you what, like, it looks the same to you here, but like, it's nice to be home. It really is. It just was an extremely exhausting and grueling ride, and all the trouble, and Christopher has like come through like a champ. Like, he is, like, with the electric and everything, he had the electrician walk him through doing everything. And he's the one that troubleshot what the actual problem was. He said anything that was actually on, like the clock on the microwave, the fridge was automatically on, and the power inverter all blew when it hit the 220.
130 laps of 200 have now been completed here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway with Darrell Waltrip and Buddy
everything's
Baker.
back.
Delighted to have you with us for
Also,
this
I got
Conquest
news
300 today, the prelude to tomorrow's great running of the 39th annual
yesterday
Coca-Cola
that
600.
we lost
And Mr. Baker, what a
famous
show we
crew
had
chief
both
Steve
Sundays.
Bird.
Absolutely. These guys are going at it like it's the last lap every lap.
It's something I've known about, but I wasn't able to say anything. He's one of our coffee guys. Like, we have our Monday 2 a.m. at 2 p.m. Monday 2 p.m. coffee time with the races. Coffee with the races down there in Florida. Yeah, and Steve Bird was one of our guys. He's the 4-time BUSCH Grand National Crew Chief champion. Robbie Moroso, Randy LaJoy twice. In fact, he's crew chiefing Randy LaJoy in this race, and also one with Johnny Benson. And he's probably one of my dad's closer racing friends than most, you know, because of this coffee group. Plus, we all grew up in the same area of racing. And I knew he was very, very sick 6 weeks ago. He got a very bad diagnosis 6 weeks ago. And we couldn't say anything, and each week we'd hear that he was getting worse. And my dad did a radio show Friday. It was excellent. And let me see. My family had got news that day from one of the guys that came to the radio show that was in contact with Bertie's wife that they had to call hospice in. So I saw the announcement yesterday. So. Yes, I'll let you out. I better let my puppy out. Yeah, it's actually on my YouTube page. I'll play it after this race. Or I'll give you the link. That's what I'll do. How about I do that? That would be the best.
That doesn't look like too much damage on the 11 as they bring it around.
Just a minute, Stella. I'm coming. I swear. You can wait just a minute. The sun will be up just a little better. I know the kitty gotta go out. I know you gotta go out.
There's your problem.
Uh-oh.
Well, the cars, I tell you, the cars right now, Kevin LePage was coming in the pits. The cars have just really gotten the ill handling. Everybody would seem like they had their hands full with these things right at this point in the race.
My YouTube page, so you know we kind of in the same format. And I got it right here under his NEAR Hall of Fame and the recent. And it's this one.
A promotional fee and consideration.
And I'll just copy the link right now.
By LCI race fans, new LCI residential long distance customers.
I'll put it in the chat for later.
Free domestic calling and the World Card Plus calling card.
And let me make sure I pause this.
Don't delay.
And I'll minimize it. I'll watch it later again too. It's really, the audio is wicked low. So you might almost have to have headphones. I don't know why, but this is it anyway, the link. But the audio is so flippin' low. I have to listen on the loudest and have closed caption on to read what they're saying. Now, it might be because I'm deaf. Or deafer because of all this racing. We all are. But he said so much about chassis stuff. He brought a bag of tricks, like all his little chassis setup stuff, and how he would align chassis with these tools he made. It's crazy. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, yes, baby. My poor puppy. I gotta jump off the camera and go let her walk.
Probably got hit by that car going through the infield there in the back. Turned him into the outside wall. You can see everybody else working very hard to miss these cars as they spin.
And that's the second car he's torn up this weekend because he crashed qualifying. So,
as a side note, my sister also was there and recorded it from her own camera. So there is a better audio, and she wants me to get her some pictures and stuff, and she'll be actually doing the whole video of it with photographs of what my dad's talking about.
Spring rubber into the right front with Geoff Chandler, who's on the Winston Cup crew. In fact, most of this crew is from Bobby Labonte's Winston Cup crew. They couldn't get the rubber in the spring, so it'll be interesting to see how the car handles. All those moves are interrelated. Let's go to Randy Pemberton.
Well, two-time defending series champion Randy LaJoie absolutely needed that caution flag. They came down pit road, 4 tires on the 74 car, around a bite in the left rear, trying to correct the loose condition. Also, Elton Sawyer, 4 tires on his car, right side tires only for Jimmy Spencer.
There you see LaJoie's number 74. Let's go to Alan Bestwick.
Ken Dale Jarrett needed this pit stop very badly. Remember, he took no tires on his last stop. Had fallen as far back as 17th in line, had come up to 14th at the time of the yellow. Now he's got fresh tires. He's 9th in line on the restart. And remember that if we get another caution flag sometime in the final 70, 60 laps of this race, he's still got another set of fresh tires he can put on. Nobody else does. Let's go to Mike Hogwood.
Mark Martin had also begun to complain of some handling problems. His car was too tight, so they've loosened it up, make it go into those turns just a little bit freer. They only hope here that they didn't go too far on the car and that it'll still be handling okay in the corners. Now back upstairs to Ken Squire.
I also have all the chassis stuff of the pictures he shows, or the papers he shows, which I guess it's public knowledge now. I thought it was top secrets.
With about 65 to go. Most of the leaders, they've used their 3 sets of tires on the caution. So you know what? As a crew chief, these guys' work is done. All they can do is hope that they make the right adjustments on this last stop they made, and these drivers will take it to the end. Daryl, you talk about a bad day. Kevin LePage, his car had got really loose right before that caution come out. Come on pit road, was sitting on pit road, changing 4 tires when the caution come out. If that wasn't enough problem, he had a guy go over the wall too soon, penalized 15 additional. So for a guy that had a great car at the beginning, his day has really went sour.
And it's gone a lap down. After we've had these stops on pit road, you have Jimmy Spencer first, Martin in second, Nemechek third, McLaughlin fourth.
I see they're black flagging the number 9 of Jeff Burton. He must have done something Nascar didn't like on the restart there.
He took off too soon.
A jumper.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Golly, I don't understand that, because the leaders, I know you can't take off over the 3rd turn, but man, the leader is the leader. You know?
Spencer, the leader, in number 12. Martin right there. You're riding with him for a moment. There's that number 40, LePage. Now a lap down, but caught on pit road. Talk about timing is everything. It certainly worked against him.
We both jumped up.
I'm telling you.
Off turn 4.
Off turn 4, they get 3 wide like that. I say, whoa.
I'll tell you what, these guys are going at it like there's 10 laps left to go in this event.
Michael Waltrip has come into 5th spot with that number 21 car. What a story he's been. He led, if you're just joining us, that youngster led many of the early laps. Duked it right out. Went toe-to-toe with Mark Martin for some time in the early going.
I'm glad I'm living right in the middle of all of this now. I'm less than an hour from Charlotte.
Running with Joe Nemechek right now. There you see the telemetry.
Yeah,
Tell us about a lap.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing to me, buddy, is how
I'm less than an hour from North Wilkesboro. Same as Hickory. Ace might be an hour. Like, there's so many racetracks so close. Tri-County is 1 hour and 5 minutes away. Martinsville is 2 hours away. I have a grandbaby in Martinsville. I'm just really excited that I'm back in this area. The internet's a little bit iffy. Yeah, well, I know what we were hoping to go last weekend, but you know, we'll see how things pan out. But the final race of Hickory, I don't think Landon will be there though. Hickory's final points race is this coming Saturday. So it might be an option. I gotta see that, like, it was out of the question till we got our power running. We just got our power running last night. So now we have to reassess what next, because now we have to rebuild the back wall on the camper because it got cold quick. So after the back wall fell off, so we gotta get some wood, and I think we gotta get OSB board and something like, you know, they put in the showers, that fiberglass sheets, whatever. We gotta get that and some spray glue and glue them onto the back of the plywood and then seal it like originally the camper was, minus the window. We just have a solid back because we don't need a window, and if we do, we'll put a camera or something. And because I've been like spastic, I don't know where Landon's racing this week. I haven't had a chance to check. I mean, I happened to get my computer up and running on a 110 line yesterday evening because we had to order a Wi-Fi adapter for both our computers too because we're not hardline right now. Chris is able to race like that, though. Pretty good. Without being hardline, that's weird. But like, I know that he just posted a video of Tri-County. He drove so good. Oh my God! If you get a chance to watch the Huffman Racing YouTube channel, the Huffman Racing. He just posted. He live broadcasted the late model race from Tri-County. Had RJ filming it, and RJ's really fun to watch. He doesn't do a lot of commentary during the race in action, but he'll answer anything you ask in the chat for questions. And I was watching two channels actually. I was watching two.
Here they are, nose to tail, as they fight for that Busch Grand National Championship.
Productions and RJ. I had one on each screen,
Fourth place at stake,
so that I'd have RJ's commentary and have different views, because the other guy was zooming into stuff.
The CarQuest Auto Parts 300
hospitality
on
areas.
is brought to you by Circuit City. Answers in every department.
Oh, that's the Speedway restaurant. Now, I've been there.
Midas Auto System Experts. A better system
Lake
for
Speed
you
was
and
always so
your
good to his team. He had his Christmas party there. I had one of them tables near the window, but it was at night. There wasn't anybody racing.
155 of 200 laps complete. 232.5.
I'm sure we will make it, though, at least in the next before the end of the season to at least one of his races. That's the goal. There's just a lot. I'm supposed to go to that modified reunion in Massachusetts the first week of October, which is less than a month away. And like I said, I had a lot of extra expense we didn't have any plans for. But the gas was cheaper for the trip than we planned.
Yeah, he was out earlier in the race.
Look at Barrier in the 77.
But the truck company ended up being because we just, it was wicked.
LaJoy to the inside of Dale Jarrett as he goes through turn 3. Seems to me that right now Randy LaJoy's car is doing much better through the corners than it was earlier in the race. He's able to maintain a lower line.
All the things to get it set up here. Like I said, I had a mini fridge up in my closet here. I got lucky. So we do have a little mini fridge here. There's also one on my friend's porch. A little mini fridge. But it's a little big, like a little campus fridge. So we have that capability. The microwave is underneath in my storage.
So I tell you what, he turned it up too.
So
yeah,
and the bulkhead storage is my microwave. So I can swap out the one that got blown for that one.
Put on one of the best shows here I've seen in years.
So that's the thing to do today. Plus, we gotta close the back wall. It got chilly. I'm in here asleep. And long pants. I went to bed and I was like sweating.
The only thing we have right now. We've wrecked all the old boy. They
say it's going to be a harsh winter. Another thing I have to do is seal every crack and crevice of the ceiling outside on the roof, because these are all things that the Florida sun had like dried and cracked everything. So we don't need any more leaks. We got one little leak over the shower, actually in the skylight, and the whole back wall. We've got to do those two things, and then we'll seal everything to prevent any more problems. These are all things we were just too strapped.
It really takes its toes.
Yeah, and I'm watching right now as Mark Martin pulls down
to do any repairs. The cost of living really low. So now we've reduced the cost of living so we can do normal things that people do. Like eat. I'm being facetious, but you know what I mean.
And they back up to him and he's able to drive around him.
It's almost abuse to have to struggle.
I think that may be part of it. You know, he's in great shape. And I tell you how hot it is. Earlier in the show here, we saw him taking a drink of water out of the bottle. So for him, that means it's really, really hot out there today. And then the other thing is the setup on the car. It's just set up to do that. First and second right there.
Okie dokie, I just did that myself.
How close they are. About 37 laps left to go.
Dinner time for Vi and
Commercial break, and we'll be back with more from the Charlotte Motor Speedway and the CarQuest Auto Parts 300.
Hey, race fans, Budweiser asks, who won? May 24th, 1997, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Mark Martin started on the pole in car number 60, but he couldn't hold back. Number 87 was Joe Nemechek aboard. From the 10th starting position, Bobby Labonte was setting his Pontiac up for victory. Meanwhile, a furious battle was going on in the back of the pack between Kevin LePage in 88 and the 74 of Randy LaJoy. But who won? Take a look at the contenders. The answer when we return. For the first time in his career, Joe Nemechek won at Charlotte. Randy LaJoy in 74 ran up front early, but couldn't keep pace with the leaders and finished 10th. The day ended early for Bobby Labonte as his engine expired. Looking for his 5th win at Charlotte, Mark Martin came up short, finishing 3rd. Kevin LePage blasted his way through the field to finish second from a 24th starting position. But it was Joe Nemechek leading the last 69 laps to score his 4th career Grand National win. Who Won was brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. This Bud's for you.
30 laps to go. Next time by, big battle for the lead. Spencer, who only took on 2 tires in the last caution, in front fighting with Mark Martin.
Yeah, and right ahead of him is Geoff Burton, which is, of course, Mark Martin's teammate. So he's, I don't say that he would.
I can tell you, he won't mess with Spencer. When it comes up there, that 12 car right there, my friend, you pass him the best way you can, but you're not going to create a problem for him. And Mark Martin did close up about a car length on the last lap.
As we watch the principals, let's go down to the pits, get some late reports on what's happening there, how they see this race going. First, here's Steve Burns.
Hey, Ken, I just spoke to Bobby Leslie, the crew chief on Mark Martin's car, and he said you've got 3 veterans there up at the front. The cars are all pretty equal. He said, Mark said whoever makes the first mistake is going to lose this race. Joe Nemechek has told his crew to be quiet. Don't talk to him. He's trying to concentrate. Randy Pemberton?
Well, as far as Jimmy Spencer is concerned, I talked to his crew chief, Billy Kerwood. I asked him, you put on 2 right side tires at lap 136. Are you going to have any trouble whatsoever with going the distance on those left side tires? He said they were absolutely perfect. We are good to go. To Alan Bestwood.
Mike McLaughlin is the series championship leader. His car is tight. That means the front end doesn't have the grip he needs to carry all the speed through the corner. He's having to give up some time to the others. In fact, he just lost the 6th position to Bobby Labonte a minute ago. Tight condition for Mike McLaughlin. To Mike Hogwood.
Jason Jarrett won't be around for the end of this race. He had a wreck a few moments ago, but what was it like out there running side by side with Dad today?
Well, at the start, I took off, got in front of him there. That was pretty exciting. You know, my line just happened to go, and then when I passed him, I guess right there after that last pit stop, then my car started going away a little bit, getting a little bit looser, and he called me back. So, you know, for us to have been right there together, that was pretty exciting, and you know, I'm glad CarQuest gave me a chance to run this race, and, you know, I can't say enough for how nice they've been to me.
Jason Jarrett now going to pull for his dad at the end of this race.
And doing exactly what he had to do. Got that sponsor.
You're exactly right. I know he learned a lot today. Mark Martin right now, they got by Geoff Burton a few laps back. Mark Martin's trying everything to reel Spencer back in. There's about a 5 or 6 car length advantage right now by Spencer. Just behind him there, Joe Nemechek is not out of his thing by a long shot.
Nor is Waltrip. Michael Waltrip in that 21 staying 4th. He's got time to get back into this thing as well. Larry McReynolds, what about strategy now?
Well, Ken Squire, if it's tomorrow night in the World 600 with about 27 laps to go and that caution comes out, I know what that black number 3 is going to do. We're going to come down pit road and get us some tires. These guys today, all of the leaders, they're out of tires. Jimmy Spencer, Mark Martin, Joe Nemechek, they don't want to see a caution. They want to battle it out by themselves. But Michael Waltrip, Matt Kenseth, Bobby Labonte, those guys want a caution. Even though they can't come down pit road and make adjustments, at least they'll get one more shot and get bunched up with those leaders.
Larry McReynolds, final question. Condition of your driver, Dale Earnhardt, for tomorrow night. We heard he had a broken rib. Can he go 600 miles?
Well, he really didn't have a broken rib, Ken. He had some ribs knocked out of place. I think he's ready to go. We've made some long runs. Starting 28 looked good this morning. Like we talked in the opening of the show, just because we was good this morning, I don't know what happy hour is going to bring. I just hope we're happy.
Okay, we'll take a quick commercial break. Thanks, Larry McReynolds, crew chief for Dale Earnhardt. He'll be a principal tomorrow in the 39th annual Coca-Cola 600. More in a moment.
Yeah.
4th annual Goodwill Games from New York featuring Dan O'Brien and 1,500 great athletes in 15 sports. Commences July 19th on TBS, the Superstation. Hey, what a super effort being made today by Patty Louise, number 14. She's up in 17th position, has been running the lead lap most of the day. Running right out there in the heat of the day and really keeping this car up in the hunt.
Yeah, you know, that car is owned by my brother Michael there, and, you know, he's a multi-car team owner, and he's trying to dominate this Busch Series, what he's trying to do with those 2 cars.
Speaking of domination,
your domination may be over.
You You can see Mark Martin really move up on Jimmy Spencer going into threes, looking him over down through the dog leg here, Ken. It's not going to be long before Mark Martin rings his bell. Whether he gets him or not, he's going to ring for him.
Mark Martin can get through 3 and 4 better than anybody here, but he has to hold his own. He just can hold his own in 1 and 2. But when it comes to coming off turn 4, he's got a big move right there.
18 laps to go. There's Spencer. It's getting right down to where it was last October. These were the two that won at it. Right to the finish.
So, Ken, last time, Jimmy was willing to give up the bottom and let Mark have the bottom and run on the outside. Now, maybe he'll get forced into that situation here before the race over with. But right now, his car is working awfully well right around the bottom of the racetrack as well. Mark Martin, he won't come off that bottom. If he had to move up off that bottom.
Yeah, me too. I had to get my pup
Mark 300.
in the house. I was yelling at her out the window. She was barking at some dogs coming up the road. It's the guy down the end of the road. Dogs doing their morning walk.
Jimmy Spencer seems to be able to pull, like you said, between 1 and 2 a lot better than Mark Martin. But down in 3 and 4, I believe Mark Martin's car is quicker. Now, whether he can make the move on Jimmy Spencer, I don't think he's going to get him off that bottom.
During this race, my dad's working with the 33 Tim Fedora. They had just come off a win at Nazareth, I think,
Actually, was the move that won the race for him.
according to the schedule.
He's got a big move in 3 and 4.
6th spot, number 34, the white and blue car of McLaughlin, followed by Bobby Labonte. Nelson Sawyer, 8th, Gillen stays 9th, and Sadler 10th. Behind the battle for the lead, Spencer versus Martin. It's 20-car length.
May 23rd was that race in 98.
It really does, and I never can figure out. I'm never real sure what Mark's up to. He'll fall back like he is right now, and you think, uh-oh, Jimmy's getting away. Then all of a sudden, Mark will run back up.
And May 17th was Nazareth when they won. I played that earlier. That was my dad's 3rd race with them. My dad raced Talladega, New Hampshire, and Nazareth. They finished 11th and qualified 11th in New Hampshire. I believe when Dad went to help the team, now they got a 3rd at Hickory. Prior to that, they got a 13th at Texas before Dad was with the team. But I think around Bristol, they were 16th in points. And I know after Dad joins their team, they're gonna qualify. They're gonna finish 7th or 8th in points. So that'll improve their team position quite a bit after coming there in April. Dad's first race with them was April 25th. So this is May 23rd. So about a month he's been with the team.
The celebration continues in 1998, the 50th anniversary of the most competitive automobile racing in the world. NASCAR Racing Grand National today as we get down to the finish after 191 of 200 laps. Jimmy Spencer, Mr. Excitement, is out in front. Mark Martin's coming after him.
You mean in town, in my little town, of 90 people, or in the racing community?
For the Grand National Busch Series title. There's McLaughlin as he continues to motor on here in the final moments. He and Bobby Labonte back and forth in that struggle. Labonte in the 44. That struggle is for 6th. Meanwhile, up in front, as we watch Geoff Purvis back on the pit road. He got caught up in an incident earlier. There's your leader, Jimmy Spencer.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of cool. There's a lady, Allison, and Jeanette, of course, my friend that owns the property we stay at. And I saw another friend at the Dollar General already. And of course, it's with towns like this, you know, everyone has a familiar face as well, like, you know, people by sight. So yeah, it's
and Mark is really starting.
real familiar. It's the only thing, it's a little more greener, like more trees. And the yard here, like it was a campground before when we left, and there were other people living here, but Jeanette's been on her own now for a couple of years, and so we're going to help her clean up. A lot of the tenants left mess and trash and junk like that, and you know, she's elder like me, and you know, couldn't really do it all herself, so we're going to help her get that straightened out too and make it pretty again. I mean, it's pretty anyway, but, you know. Jack's barn, apparently it got blown down in a storm, so there's really no signs of that anymore. But he lived in another, he's owned by another person on the other side of town, so I'll be able to see that. Yeah, I'm wondering how the signal would be to go live and do a walkabout sometime, or if I just I'll have to film. I think I'll have to just do a walk and do a video, come back and play it live maybe. The signal here is so sketch. Like, we have internet where we're at, but if we walk outside our internet range, there's very little cell signal and stuff. So, like, from here to town, to Statesville, the closest big town, it's about 20 miles, and I drop call on my mom twice going that way, so, 20 miles, so. It's real remote, but man, Pops, it's so freaking peaceful.
This is an unending battle right here. Guys have done this for
Just,
seems like an
it was good, yeah. There are a lot of politics in the town that's going on, like, because they're putting in a new sewer system, like building code type politics. Just a lot of bickering still, the little small town bickering. So-and-so's opening a store, taking my business, blah, blah, blah. That type of thing. But I think I can help as far as, like, maybe getting some relief on some of these building codes, because it was an antiquated town back in 1954, and it was how people lived. It was a horse community, and they have things called cowboy septics, which the place we're at has a real septic. A lot of these campers and little cabins and stuff would have something like an oil tanker in the ground for a septic and a leach field. And that's just not compliant to the big cities. And when this little town founder died, they voted to be incorporated into the county, thinking it would benefit them. The county come running up here, slapped a bunch of building code violations on all kinds of people, and drove the town into the dirt. And something's got to be done to protect or grandfather in some of these historic living places, and they like, there's got to be something that we can do. I'm not talking historic grants. I'm not talking any of that. I'm just talking an ease up on the damn building code violations, because you can't expect the people in this community to comply to the same building codes as the race shops down in Mooresville, and we are in the same county. And there's got to be a way to coexist. You know, some sort of a horsepower theme or something. You know, we've got Ardo County is big, you know, Mooresville, Race City, USA, and, you know, horsepower. from NASCAR. It's one of their big hubs for the race shops. And then, you know, here we've got this little town that grew up simultaneously but separately. And maybe they can combine like something to promote both. Now I know they want to keep this town small and keep this town family friendly and keep the horse trails open as much as possible and keep that old town feel. Like you look at Main Street, it looks like all run down, but inside those buildings are actually functioning businesses or apartments that, of course, need, you know, electrical upgrades and stuff. I can go for that. But, like, these sewer problems are stupid. This water and sewer, it shouldn't be a problem. We're in the mountains. There's so much water here.
In this car in 1998. Your crew
They
chief,
just don't
Leslie,
even
told
want,
us a couple
you know,
minutes ago he
there's so
felt
many
kind of lucky
springs. It's
today.
just
How
so
about
full
you?
of resources.
Yeah,
I love this little area.
I sure got luck on my side. We
I've
couldn't beat
lived
Spencer.
here
That was
since
too bad.
2013. I've
He was doing
covered
a great
most of
job
the
of driving
area
that
on
car,
foot.
and he was hooked up. Car was just hooked up, and I couldn't beat him. But he had a problem there at the end, and we were just there to take advantage of it.
By car.
Your race car in the final laps while you were trying to get around him compared to
You know,
his.
I just I couldn't get by him, you know. I could get to him,
be
but then the front
familiar
end
with
would
the
slide.
mountains and know where the dirt
Winn-Dixie
roads
tires
go,
have been loose all day,
know where
and
the horse
last stop we
trails
tightened
lead.
it up a little bit, and I guess we shouldn't have or something because then it was tight.
The
So,
views.
A little too
Oh
tight
my
behind
God,
Jimmy.
the views.
You have had some tough luck this
We're
season
right on the
with
ridges
this
of
team.
Fox Mountain.
Is this the point that the momentum turns with all the great luck you've had with the Winston Cup car?
But the biggest thing I've noticed so far, Pops, is the
it
fresh
does what
air.
it wants, so I don't talk about that much.
Like,
I'm,
I cannot
real happy to
believe
win
how
for this
fresh
great
that
team,
air
Bobby
is.
Leslie and Winn-Dixie, and you know, Goodyear had a great tire today. We could just run all day on those things without changing them, but you know, sometimes you got to have luck to win these things, and today we had it.
I know you won't celebrate this win long. How about the 600 tomorrow night?
Well, we've got to get right at it. We've got happy hour starting in about 5 minutes.
My anxiety, you can tell my throat gets is getting a little, you know, it's a little shut.
And we're with Joe
Man,
Nemechek, who came home
it's
second
going
and
to
had
take
a few thrills
me
there on that last
a
lap, getting
couple
by
weeks
Jimmy
to get
Spencer.
normal
I tell you what,
again.
that was exciting. He was trying to block me all he
Joe.
could, but I just got to say thanks to Brian Patty and all these guys
It was
work
nice
on this
working.
Bell
He's
South
close
Mobility,
by.
DCS
He's in the same
Chevrolet,
county. This is all part of the
we were about a
people in the
30th
race
place car to
community
start.
still
They kept
around.
working on it,
I want
on
to
it.
get
We
my
got the
dad
car
and mom
better
back
and
up
better,
here, I
and that
think.
last set of tires
I
we
wish
put
I
on, they
could.
had a good pit stop, and we got up there and we could run with Mark. And it's
At
just
least a
tough. You know,
little bit.
last year we beat Mark in this race.
they were-
We
you
beat him
know,
pretty
Florida's
bad, and
just
he
getting
came back
really
down here and he's
expensive.
prepared.
But you kept digging all day,
But
and
Dad's
you
got a
never
really
gave
good
up
job
on it.
down
And that's
there,
the
but
mark
if
of
he
a
chooses
driver who really
at some point
takes
to
the sport and wants to
leave
go
that
Well,
job,
that's one of the things about the racetrack, and I think you're going to see that tomorrow night in the Cup races.
it would
The
be more
track is as
efficient
slick
for
as
him and
anybody has ever
Mom
seen it
would
here.
love it up
And you're
here.
just on edge the whole time. And
They came and
if you make
visited
one
and
little
stayed
mistake,
in Miss
you're in
Kitty's
trouble. But I got to
saloon.
say thanks to Erickson, Prolong,
It's
Maco Tools.
actually
Those people, you really help
hotel.
make it fun racing.
All right, let's go to Randy Pemberton.
Jimmy Spencer
nice
sitting here getting a
inside.
cold drink. Jimmy, that was a shock to us. It looked like you had your ninth career
It's
Busch
Jimmy's
Series win
son
here this
right
afternoon.
there. My son went to school with him,
I
actually.
think that car was awesome all day. The Zipper
Well, in the
Chevrolet
same
was brutal.
grade.
And I knew
Different
if I get in front
school.
of the horses, they're going to have
Same
push.
grade,
The
same
Monte Carlo's an
party
awesome race
area.
car, and we knew that. And
Stuff.
you know, I think Mark couldn't pass me because of that push problem. And the motor,
High
something gave
school-wise,
up.
you
The
know,
electrical
the
system,
kids
something broke somewhere and it started
float
missing.
parties or
And he
whatever,
passed
they'd
me,
see
and,
each other.
we're lucky to finish third. You know, thank the Lord for that. But the guys done a great job.
Oh, I know
Mike
what it
Laughlin,
was.
can't
In
step
our
by him and his brother
development
Jackie, they do a super job
that
on
I
my
had
race
lived in when I
cars.
first moved down
And
here,
my guys do a great job putting
one
the
of the
bodies
kids
on.
that my son
Can't
hung
say
out
enough about
with,
Hutter. I just
his
got a long
mom
wait
had
now.
to
I'm not
babysit
racing
Jimmy's
until
kids when they were
Michigan now. Same car though. We'll be back.
on the road
Jimmy,
racing.
quickly, what did you learn here today? You're
So
getting
my
ready to go out
son
there
knew
for
him that
happy
way.
hour.
He was
What
a
can you
lot
apply to the
younger.
Winston Cup car?
Well, you know, Donnie and them put some stuff in the car
At the
this morning from this car, and you know, we got the same shock guy, Vince Valerno, does the shocks for my Busch car, and he does it for Travis's Cup car.
I think
which
my
is mine,
son
too.
was like
And,
15
I think we learned a
and
lot
Jimmy's
there,
son
and,
was like
tire wear
9.
was phenomenal. Vince has come up with a good combination right there, and Donnie and everybody's been working really, really hard on Team Winston, the No Bull guys, and I think we'll be in good shape for tomorrow night.
I tell you one thing he learned. It is hot out there, man. He has sucked down about 4 bottles of water down here upstairs.
There goes 5. Oh, look at this. Sisyphus himself pushing the rock through eternity. But you can consider him happy as he gets ready to come out for a happy hour next. Mr. Excitement, Jimmy Smith, gave it a great ride here today. So, here are the unofficial results, and we'll be back with some of the other stars of today.
2 other team members come out and help them.
Back with you live at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where they are preparing for the final shakedown. We get ready for that 39th annual Coca-Cola 600
As far as
tomorrow.
grocery stores,
big question mark about his
about
car
the
right
same
now
distance
after
our
the collision
Winn-Dixie
with the wall
was
this
from
morning.
our
With
place
his
in
team
Florida.
driver, Terry Labonte, at
There's
the
a Dollar
controls.
General and something called a Valero gas station that,
All right, Steve.
you know,
Byrne.
one of those gas stations that has fried chicken and collard greens and
yeah, but anytime you have as much fun as
pizza
we did today with
pockets
the
and
Band-Aid
stuff like
Ford,
that. In fact, that's
you don't
what
mind
we
getting
had
back
for
out in the
dinner
racetrack.
last
We're really
night.
interested to see what the
Yeah.
track's going to be like right now after this
So,
race in the Winston Cup practice.
that's
Michael, how about the race today? Did you learn anything
4
today
miles,
that you can apply to tomorrow?
3.5
Well, I think
miles
so.
or
We had a real
something
good
like
setup
that
underneath
away.
the Grand National car, and we struggled with the Cup
But
car.
it's
This
a
is the
lot
first
like
good
up
thing
and
that's happened
down
to
the
us in
hills.
Cup 2 weeks over here. We've
My
really
van's
struggled.
used to
But,
running flat
the setup we had
ground,
today,
so
we'll put that setup right in the Winston Cup car.
hopefully
No
she
doubt about
has
it.
a
We worked
lot
real
of
well back and
guts
forth
in
like
her
that.
still. Because
We
up
went to the
and
back,
down
we
these
broke an air gun
hills.
and restarted last and wound up in the top 5. I think that had it been a 320, we might have given Mark a little something to go because there at the end we were outrunning him a little bit.
Okay, great run. Let's go to Alan Bestwick.
Well, if you look at the box score in the paper tomorrow, it'll show Matt Kenseth started 5th and finished 5th, but it was a much more adventurous day than that, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, it was. We passed way more than 5 cars, it felt like, but we had a really good race car, like the Chevrolet Run Super. Chassis was right
Our
on the money.
Valero
Got
is
out
always
front, led some
called
laps.
Fast,
Had it right where we
Fast
wanted it, kind of, and
Fills.
then, you know, there was a little
Filled,
scuffle off before with a
the
lap
name
car
of the
kinda got
guy
in
that
Mark's way
owns
there.
it.
And,
I know,
Earnhardt hit the wall, and I
Babyface
hit Earnhardt,
Skinzy.
and after that we fought an aerodynamic
It's
problem all day.
cool
Had
to
come all
see
the way
all
from back
these
to the field, and
kids.
we're pretty good in traffic,
When they were
but when I got
kids,
out
you
with
know,
clean
now
air,
they're all old
it slowed
men.
down about 300 RPM, so to come out
But
of
yeah,
here fifth,
Fast
we're pretty
Fills
thankful
and
for that.
Phil was
How you win
the
championships is when you have that
town
kind of luck, when you
sheriff
have a problem. Matt Kenseth right now should
for like
be 1 point
forever.
behind Mike
When
McLaughlin
I was
for the
married
series
to
title.
my
Let's go
4th
upstairs.
husband,
1
he was
point
a
indeed
fireman,
between
and
McLaughlin,
of course firemen and policemen and
Mike
the sheriff and all
McLaughlin,
that, they all
that
tied
guy,
together.
Kenseth.
Like
Well,
this
there's
is
the
such
scene
a
in Victory
like
Lane, and you can see
interwoven
a
knit
Yancey
tight
guy
town.
that just won that race. He wants to
But
get over and try out
he
that
gave
number
me a
6 car. He wants to get out
business
here
card
and
at
see
one
if he's
event
ready to win.
saying if I
that
ever
600
needed anything,
tomorrow.
but I don't even know where it is now. He's not sheriff no more. That was 20 years ago. Like back in the racing, like it was just after racing. Well, I shouldn't say just after racing. The Nazareth race, my husband and I were there, and he was helping with the second catch
came in.
can
His number 18 Winston Cup car. Bobby,
on the race
how about
prior.
that
Now
Busch
this
race
here
today, coming
just
home
jumped
6th
to.
after starting up front?
Is that where we finished? I didn't even know. You know,
Oh, it's
man,
the
we
end.
fought a
Okay.
little loose there all day long and made an adjustment on the last pit
What I
stop and
played
got, lost some track
actually
position and
before
never
this
could gain it back.
was just the last 20 laps of Nazareth, and where I'm going to cut off that
no more
first
difference
hour and
than
45
what
minutes of
yesterday
no
to today,
sound.
so,
I
there wasn't a
will
whole lot of difference, I don't think.
What'd you learn as you get ready to go out for happy
play
like I always say,
the last
nothing.
20 laps of Nazareth
Okay, Bobby
now.
Labonte putting the
I
helmet
think.
on and getting ready
They
to
all
get ready
going
for
out
that
for happy
600
hour
tomorrow.
and stuff.
Bobby Labonte,
So
a
let's
major
see.
contender
I
to win
cannot-
the 600 tomorrow. Let's take a look at the full field results on today's
Unofficial
CarQuest
results.
300, taking 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 53 seconds.
That was a good
averaging
finish for Hillen. My dad worked with
133.449.
Hillen, and he
That's how it was
just could
decided
not
in favor
communicate.
of
They
Mark
could
Martin,
not
who already
communicate.
is trudging quickly back,
Chassis-wise or
trotting over there
anything.
to,
It was
get
just
in that
wicked.
car number 6 and bring the Jack Roush Ford out here to try it
not
out
a
in
good
the final moments
combination.
as we look down through these statistics
Together.
as to how they
Separately,
finished
yeah.
today's race. Dale Earnhardt
Let's
Jr. gave it a
see.
good run.
Is this
He
Naz?
flipped in the wall here in an incident. There were 6 cautions before the
This one. Yeah, Nazareth. I'm going to play like the last 20 laps.
James Spinks, the owner of that full car, that last car, not here today. Back home in Florida watching this and hoping that Trickle gets through. He is there. The Speedway probably will go with him. Let's see if
26 laps to go. So Dad's working with the 33 as actual crew chief. He's got Team 2 at Base Motorsports. Steve Bird had Team 1. My dad had Team 2. Like I say, you know, Birdie and our family were very close throughout our like early racing days, from the modifieds all the way up. Birdie worked with modifieds that my dad was working with. Dad mentored Birdie a lot.
Yep, he's going to get the lead as they come down.
And then, you know, I mean, they were competitors and they were then become, you know, peers.
Kevin LePage also gets by, but LePage, another car that is lap down.
He's running in 16th position.
Running out of the same garage. I think my dad really enjoyed running that base with Randy LaJoy and Birdie's team, with him with Fedor. Now, he didn't know Fedor very well because Tim was from Midwest and all. We didn't know his history. But when I've watched these races again, Tim's a really talented driver. And he's actually currently a spotter, I believe.
6th would be Hermie Sadler. 7th is the 77 of Ed Barrier.
So my dad will be with Fedor all of this year, and when Fedor moves to another car where Clyde McLeod was the crew chief, my dad will be there for a while, and I believe he'll leave mid-season. As my dad's career is waning down now, we're getting 98, 99. 2000 was the last time he was supposedly going, like 2001, full-time. 2001.
Not able to close in right on the back.
Dad officially,
This car, Kevin LePage.
like, moved south to Daytona,
Jeff Burns is running pretty
which
doggone
kind
good.
of separated him from this racing, and he did more IMSA again. Like, I don't know if you, like, you see a lot of NASCAR people take breaks from NASCAR. It's for several reasons. Be it rules, be it policies, be it just exhaustion or not exhaustion, but like sick of the crap sometimes. I mean, it's grueling to race 34 weeks a year or whatever they did, and live out of a suitcase and still have your family doing stuff, and you miss out on a lot. And so that's what I mean. Like, I did it for 2 years while I raced. On the weekends, I still had a full-time job in real life. So, like, it took a lot out of a person to race full-time, regardless.
Again, stay with us because we have senior PGA golf coming up from Belton, Missouri.
So Dad would take breaks, and then he'd get called back.
This event with now less than 20 laps to go. Let's take a look at what happened.
There we see Hermie Sadler in the 29 cars. He gets his car right.
I joked with Dad and told him he's like Suitcase Vic, like the generation after Suitcase Jake, which is kind of true if you think about it. You know, Jake Elder was hired race to race and consulting and chassis stuff, and, you know, David If, the same thing, that type of person. Jake Elder, David If, my dad, we're all doing those types of things. My dad came kind of after those guys.
Standing by for the senior PGA.
And Larry Ziegler, the leader going into this final round. Larry, big racing fan, big friend of Steve Grissom, and all those guys with a 41 car.
We'll see how
I'm actually getting my energy back a little, just getting back into streaming. I was really like, when I turned on live, I was like, God, how am I going to get through this? Hopefully everything works. And then the first hour and a half, it's not even on, which is great because it sucked.
Grand National Division is competing in the first Union 200. Still under caution.
And I can't believe it. Oh my God.
183. I don't think they're going to get the one to go signal. Looks like that we still have some equipment.
No, one to go.
Oh, here it is. Good.
One to go.
One left to go. Senior PGA St. Luke's Classic coming up.
All right.
Don't go away because we'll be
I mean, spoiler alert, we will win this race. And we are in third right now? Or is that one of them a lap car? See, the lap car started up front then.
There is Terry Fedor. You think she's nervous?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Probably as nervous as Tim is, as a matter of fact.
I'm in the pit, and my ex-husband, the fireman's in the pit. He is actually dressed up just like everybody else in the Kleenex garb because he had to hand the second gas can for pit stops. He was so excited. Now, he's since passed away. He had a lot of medical issues. But, you know, he was one of the, even though we were divorced, he remarried. He was a good guy. He was a good guy. He moved to Pennsylvania. It was better for him overall.
Here comes the pace car off the corner and diving toward pit lane. And
he married a nurse. When you have medical problems, that's a good idea. All right. Kevin LePage is wanting his lap back. We're in the lead.
Turn left and almost dared LePage to be.
LePage is between Fedowa and Purvis. Mike McLaughlin is back there in third spot, and he has a car between himself. Well, he did. Looks like he was able to pass it. And there now is McLaughlin closing in on Geoff Purvis. McLaughlin in the white car with blue numbers.
Now, Purvis's car, throughout this whole race, since I'm just playing the end, he's been in fender benders here, there, and everywhere. So he's a little beat up, and most of his damage was door panel-wise, but his car still isn't quite right. Nazareth is kind of a big track, has that really long backstretch, so a little bit of aero does matter there. It's a funky track, man. I love this track. It's got like 5 corners.
14 to go.
I was saying that, like, I just want so bad somebody scan this for iRacing. It has such a history, and it was a history back when Indy and Kart were like competitors. Remember, Indy got stupid with the rules, and they developed their own series called Kart, and the Andretti's made this track, and like I'm saying, like it's a controversial track. I believe it's Penske bought it and then sold it to the people like the France family, and because they own Pocono, they want this to rot like they did to Wilkesboro. And it's got trees growing up, but people said the track's been dug up, but it has not. They took gravel and just piled it in piles on the track so that they could not drive. It could be cleaned up to scan. Like, I'm not saying it could ever be raced again, and a lot of the people did not care to run this track because it was not an easy track to set up for. But where we come out of the New England short tracks, this they say is a racetrack you drive like a road course. So all of my dad's knowledge, it fit, you know, this type of track. And I've watched documentaries done in the last 2 years. This is not as far gone as what Wilkesboro was. This is 10 years 10 years newer. I think they raced here longer than, like, Wilkesboro shut down in 97. This is 98. But it's for sale, agricultural only, so it doesn't, it's got this stupid non-compete something to do that Bill France Jr. did, or one of them, Jim France, or one of them, Steve, I don't know. One of them guys made some non-compete. You can't sell it, only for agricultural, because they want nothing to compete with Pocono. Blah-de-dee, stupid blah corporation bullshit. Okay? Race car drivers and race teams want their tracks. We don't care about your money problems. We don't know about your money problems when you know, run a race team. We only know where we gotta be, at what track, when, what plane, what flight. And all this money garbage, like, when we end up, like, losing tracks that are so significant. Like, this was a freaking Indy racing track. I mean, for crying out loud. And they're just gonna let it rot. Just because they bought it. You know, I lose my grip. So anyway, clean it up, scan it for iRacing for no purpose other than to have it. Same as the beach course down at Daytona at Ponce Inlet. Scan it just to have it. I mean, for cripe's sake, you know. Just for history. I mean, give a little credit to the people that built the sport. I mean, they pillage everything else that drivers, teams, and car builders ever brought to the sport. They've pillaged. But that's my rant for today.
Meanwhile, first, second, and third still remains the same. It's Speedway, Geoff Purvis, Mike McLaughlin. This is a battle for fourth.
And there are now less than 6 laps.
Really getting to that corner, really making a great run at that point.
This is where he looked to make a move last lap, and again he tries, but cannot get to the inside of Bessie. And there are 5 laps to go.
As Mike Cope takes the Slim Jim car behind the wall in the garage area. These cars, as they battle, seem to be getting closer to the 34 car of McLaughlin.
Once again, kicks it to the inside. He's got him now.
He's got him. And Joe Bessie right behind him is the 77 car in barrier. 4 to go.
Up to 4th, Bessie back to 5th.
Now, I'm at this track here in Nazareth.
Right there behind Joe. Meanwhile, there is 10 feet away. The lap car of Kevin LePage in second place, Geoff Purvis. The interval between first and second, just a little less than a second last time around. We'll check it again and see if he stretched it out. Yeah, just about the same.
Yeah, that happens to me too, Pops.
Geoff Purvis only has
I get sleepy, then I get wound up.
They'll find out how far he can run on fuel.
Purvis used some pretty good strategy. He pitted several times during that caution. He was involved in the accident that caused the caution and spent several laps on pit road. That is coming in to get fuel topping off. And it's played to his advantage because he's running right there in second position with now less than 2 to go. Next time around, Fedewa will get white.
Meanwhile, Kenseth is right behind the 34 car. Taking a look at him. Here's clear. Kenseth. He's looking on the inside. No, can't quite make it.
Once again, Kenseth getting that good run off the third corner, but unable to make the move on McLaughlin in the backstretch. White flag is out. Less than a lap to go for Tim Fedewa. And now Purvis, McLaughlin, Kenseth are all 1, 2, and 3. Here is the battle. Second, third, and fourth right there. Here comes Tim Fedewa off the corner, and Tim Fedewa is going to win his second.
Out for the camera.
Yay!
And second place goes to McLaughlin by a fender. Third place, Purvis finished second. McLaughlin finished third.
All right, guys, right here. This handshaking and everything, this guy in the blue hat's my husband at the time. I'm back here. I don't think you can... I'll be right in here. I think I'm in another shot. After they interviewed Tim, I'll pause the camera real quick. You can see me. Right now. I've been meaning to do a screenshot of it, so I don't know if I can or I can't. I'll have to pull it off on my other laptop.
Here's our McDonald's winner circle interview, Bill.
And Tim Fedewa, your second career victory.
Now somebody's gonna walk behind here in that outfit there, right there. Might be my dad taking tire temps or somebody.
I'm real happy.
Crew's making their way there,
Scott
baby.
Brand Products Chevrolet based Motorsports. Been a tough week with Bill being sick and all. This one's for you, Bill.
Smile for the camera. I know.
Well, it's tough to get by him. Wasn't too tough to catch him. I mean, he's just guarding us, doing his job. And
Once we got by him, I knew if we could just stay up there and then take it easy on the car. I was tight at the beginning of them runs, but once we got going, man, this car was on a dime.
Tim Fido, a winner here in the First Union 200 at Nazareth Speedway.
Okay, this is me right here. This blonde hair, like this is Bill Bumgarner, I believe, and then this is me, like Pennsylvania. See, there, right, but and the long blonde hair is the only thing you can see. Yep, that's me. Right there. There's a screenshot of the second time I've ever seen myself on camera at a track. Out of, like, the 56 tracks I've been to, like, forever. I can't believe that. I'm never on. I avoid the cameras purposefully, so. Yep, that was me. Right back there.
PGA Tour is coming up next to the St. Luke's Classic.
So they ended up, this dad's third race with the Fido team, and they end up winning, which was fantastic. And Tim hadn't won in, I think they said 3 years. Dad'll get 2 wins with him, which is really cool. And the one other thing I'm gonna see how the sound is on this thing. Ooh, I didn't shut it, did I? Way to go, way to go. Here it is. Yup. No, I don't want to have too many screens open. So I better close that. It's taking me a minute because everything's like misconfigured or disconfigured. What is this? Oh, that's my channel. On my channel, I do have, like I said, there's a link to our adventures, which... I shut that one. I don't need it. Let's go and play this, and if the sound is bad, I'll link out. But, I got it loudest here. Play it. Let's see, my OBS is the loudest it can be. Everything's as loud as it can be, and it's only got half the sound. But this is what the show is like. See, the sound is so low, and I've got everything maxed, so I'm not going to really be able to play it. But this is Buzz McKim. He's the one that runs the show. This is Rich Combs. He's a former driver in IMSA, and they run the show pretty much full time.
Let's see if we can break 100 here.
And this is my dad in the middle.
Hey, all right. Congratulations.
See, so the sound is really low. I think it was they were going to golf or something, and this is I noticed in 98 everything changed. Like, it was TV time. I wasn't in the sport after 97.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
So it was like
3, 2, 1.
See, that's basically how this show is anyway. It's going to be too quiet for me to play, but yeah, I just noticed that they always had to cut to golf, had to cut to tennis. Something's coming up real soon. We'll get you there. They just started doing real stupid stuff with the TV scheduling. NASCAR got really popular in 96 and 97, and they sold their rights to people that didn't give a crap about racing a lot of times. In my opinion, I noticed a change, like just watching, like from when I was involved in 96 and 97, and then I go to watch this 98, and I'm like, everything's changed. You got a different motor, you got like cutting the spoiler down, cutting the tire grip. And I mean, I started seeing stupid stuff like wondering, what are they doing to the sport? Like, the model of 97 and prior worked, and they started messing with it, but I don't know. TV time, corporations got big eyes because it was growing so fast, and greed, corporate greed. They have no time to interview a lowly crew chief. We're just grease monkeys, you know? We don't freaking matter. All they care about is who their sponsors are. You know, like, I'm talking corporate-wise, not anything else. So, anyway, what else? I was hoping that would work. I was hoping... look at my history, because I watched some really cool things this weekend. Like I said, since I'll outro with this. This was wicked. This is our road trip to North Carolina. This is starting at home, just basically what we were dealing with, trying to pack. I know that this rain, you saw this rain video. I was talking to you when I recorded this rain video. In fact, it's kind of long through the rain. We'll have to move all this furniture, all my plants. I've been here like 4 years. And we have to change out the headlights. And it's pouring rain, and we got to change out the headlights. We got to change out the let's see, we'll put here. I mean, it's raining like buckets. Filling the bucket. And we have to change out the headlights, fix the passenger side window. We had just got tires. We just got an oil change. And we're in the middle of a lightning storm. And then it's quiet because I was actually lurking, I think, Jack, I think. You'll hear Jack, I think. Unless it mutes it. It might mute it. Because it muted it because it had music in Jack's background. But I had Jack on my phone when I was outside watching Chris do these repairs. And because the music was playing, it muted it on my video on YouTube. So, but this is after we're drying out the umbrellas. Things are moving along. We've got step 3 done. I'm worn out. Like we've been working all day. I'm all grubbed out. Kept in our family. Like, we've got plants, and sweaty. We are rolling to Ormond Beach with these. Yes. And they're gonna have a nice home at Auntie's. We'll let you know what's up next time. Bye. Alrighty, guys. Plans are made. We are taking off T-5 days till the road trip. We have made the arrangements, made the deposits, made the plans to where we're going, and we have just moved the large items that we're not taking with us. So we have plans 1, know where we're going. Plans 2, reservations made. Plans 3, no problem. We brought all the stuff. That's on the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye. My son is restoring the headlights so that the new headlights are bright for the trip. It's still freaking raining, you can see. Now you'll hear Jack. So Jack BB Gaming.
I have the base, but I don't feel
for a split
Hello,
second.
Guys, T-minus 2 days and counting. We've got most of the packing done. We're heading to take care of a few things at Auntie's. We got Scully right there. There's Scully, baby. She's riding. She's got her bed back there, but she likes sitting near Mama. And we're headed through to Mocha area. I'll show you. Yeah. And we are almost there. Almost there. Almost ready to go. Bye. Catch up later. Well, hello guys. You ain't gonna believe this. Ah, yes, it is recording. We are in Jacksonville, Florida. Look at that. Jacksonville Jeep. So anyway, kitty, puppy, son. The RV is behind us. At some point, we just left the driver and said we'll see you in North Carolina. So, prayer hands back and forth, and we'll be in North Carolina in about 6.5 hours. Okay. Sheesh. All so fast. Well, wow. Everything happened really, really fast. They showed up a day early, and we had to hustle. But the old rig, dirty as can be, headed down the road, and we are headed north to North Carolina. And the kitty's in the back crying, and she's a good kitty, but there's home sweet home, rolling to North Carolina. Wow. We're in Georgia.
Now we're in Georgia, but we're gonna have to double back. We're gonna have to turn around and double back. This is where everything goes wrong, and we should have taken the extra time. We knew we needed to do some securing of the back of the RV because it had water damage. We had plywood, a 2x4 and a 2x6 that we were going to bolt on, and where we lost a day of preparation, we said, well, we'll chance it and see how it goes. Well, watch. After the driver come over that hill, that bridge, this happened. Kind of knew that was going to happen. I had a feeling. We are now securing this with the strips, so... What the driver said is he was going to gently bring it up to a parking lot, and we'll assess what to do there. And here we are. My son saved the day with all this.
Again, we had a little issue, obviously. As you see, it's repaired. We're headed to North Carolina, God willing, just no more problems. Our driver is kind enough to do it on his own accord because the company was not going to be liable for something like this. And I talked to him, and he is doing it on his own. So we're liable if anything else goes wrong. But praise Jesus, nothing does. Every time that they took a sharp corner, the lights would go out. So we had to work on a lot of stuff on the way to keep those lights on. Right now it's daylight, so it didn't matter. Now it's getting dusk. We have to make sure the lights are good. Just making sure we can hook up the lights on the rear of the trailer. And so we don't have any encounters. And then we will begin to drive. The second half. This is obviously a little bit earlier. I had my videos in wrong order, but didn't care. We're in Georgia. 3 miles into Georgia. Pray for us again, my Lord. Hi. You didn't miss much. We just did a repair on the back. And rolling along. This is why the 8-hour trip took 7 hours of repairs and going at 55 the whole way. Hi guys. And look how beat up I am. Wow. Lots of challenges. I think we have 4 hours to go. And we are making sure that we have some lights on the trailer that are hooked up. We are in Pooler, Georgia, about a half hour from Highway 26. It's been a day, and we're fighting it. We're fighting it, man. We're fighting it. Just keep praying. Okay. This is where we're home. Okay. I did not film anything from that point to home. I was so spent, and what's actually going to happen is we're going to get on 26 and a half hour and go a half hour on 26 an hour. So in an hour and a half, they're going to pull in a rest area. My son's going to say, "Can you drive?" I'm like, "Yep, I'm in." Let's freaking go. So I drove the black van, and the driver that we had hired was spent. He could not keep his eyes open anymore, and asked my son if he could drive. And Chris said, sure, he's driven, that type of thing for work before. Anyway, he used to bring generators to cell towers with a large flatbed. So he knew how to do this stuff. So my son drove from, as soon as we hit Interstate 77 in South Carolina, all the way up to North Carolina, 3.5 hours, 4 hours, and I drove the van 3.5, 4 hours after that video. I was pretty much delirious. I didn't film nothing. I took these photographs the next morning, and yeah, so they're just stills from here on out. But I'm gonna raid out, guys. Thank you so much. It's been a grueling journey, but I'm getting back on the race content. Oh, I was spent, Pops. I was so spent. But I got back in here, and I'm getting back in the race content. We blew out all our electric when we arrived.
the power pole was wired, not what it said, and my son tested it, and his tester was not great. So anyway, let's just jump here and go rate our Rents. I didn't know Rents would be on today, but I guess he is.
If you're getting ready to go on Medicare, here are 5 mistakes that you want to avoid, and trust me.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Peace.